I write Kid 30.
I write Boaster. Both met about, what, 4 years ago?
Yeah, 3 or 4 years ago.
Dating website.
Yeah.
I started painting when I was about 15. I've been painting since, on and off. But only really, well, I took it serious to start with. I used to sort of mostly enjoy just the thrill of doing things illegally. But yeah, I only took it like properly seriously in art sort of side of things and that probably 5 or 6 years ago.
I started painting, I was quite late when I actually got involved with it, although I've probably painted for about 10-15 years now. But I sort of got into sort of graphic design. I did illustration and then graphic design sort of before I got into kind of the graffiti side of things. I sort of lived in an area where there was a big rave scene as a kid, so I sort of used to paint all the rave banners, but there wasn't any access to spray paint and there wasn't really a big sort of scene down there, although Nottingham had a massive scene in the 80s. So I used to kind of watch the Nottingham scene and get the magazines with all the stuff from Notts in, but where I came from there wasn't really any graffiti. So sort of, yeah, only when I kind of sort of came up here did I sort of actually sort of get into it and start, started it as a hobby and then kind of realised it was something that I sort of just wanted to do a lot more.
The first name I wrote was Sock. Don't ask me why, I've not got a clue. Then I started writing Past. Then I got into trouble for that. So then in like 1990, I changed my name to Boaster, probably because I'm Gobber. Yeah, and I've had that name ever since, really. You?
I used to sort of DJ and that, and everyone used to call me Small Kid, along with a load of other names.
Why would they call you Small Kid?
I was in the bath and someone had rung up about putting my name on a flyer, and they said put my name down as that. And then that sort of stayed. So when I sort of started producing the sort of rave flyers, that was the name I sort of run under. So sort of when I got to kind of 30, I was getting a bit sick of people calling at me as well, so I changed my name to Kid 30. And they still call me Small Kid, so it doesn't really work. I'd sort of had studio spaces in other parts of the city, which we were kind of moving around every sort of year with different people, and this place that we're in now, which is Switch Studios, sort of came about. Myself and Boast, and then a few others sort of took this on, gutted it, cleaned it out, and sort of run it as a sort of working studio space, and then we kind of put on pop-up street art shows or art shows. Shrunken Heads is sort of me, Boaster and Ginge, or writes Ging, and we kind of sort of put on the art events that happen in Switch, along with Hotwood and Kirby, and there's also Claire, the secretary that's who shares this space with us as well. So although we sort of do paint graffiti together quite a lot, the Shrunken Heads sort of name is a bit about sort of live drawing, a bit about kind of putting events on, and also about sort of, but it's not just focused around graffiti.
No, it's more on the illustration side of things, I suppose. Yeah, more illustration and putting dudes on, and yeah, things like that.
paint predominantly characters. I mean, you paint characters and letters.
Yeah, but more characters than letters, I suppose. Yeah, I like to do a bit of both.
Not sure why really. I mean, just probably for me, coming from more of an illustration background, I enjoy drawing characters. I think it's what you sort of end up kind of doodling to start with. I kind of just find myself doodling characters and that sort of thing over the letters.
Yeah, I think you can have a bit more fun with characters really. You can make them do things that you can't really do with letters. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love doing letters, I love looking at letters. But yeah, if I see a wall and it's all just straight letters, I always wish there was a character on there.
Graffiti, what's it about? I mean, to most people it's just getting up. It's to different people it's going to mean loads of different things. For some people it's a way of expressing themselves through art. For some people it's a massive social thing. For some people it's a bit of a sort of, you know, fuck you to society. I think now in this sort of age, in 2013, it's way different to the 80s. It's
more accessible.
Yeah, it's accessible. It's since sort of the street art movement and Banksy and it being in galleries and the high price that's attached to certain things. You make a decision at some point whether you want to go down the illegal line and sort of concentrate on that side of things, or whether you want to be a bit more of a kind of commercial legal artist and go to the festivals and paint the sort of big city spots and for that. But I don't know, what does it mean to you?
To me, it's about having fun, it's about the social thing, it's about, I don't know, I just love to paint.
Sometimes it's a byproduct to painting, sometimes it's about going somewhere and...
It's nice to get out of town, go on road trips, meet other people in different cities.
Yeah, you'll quite often go to places in a city that, or a country that you'd have no reason to go there unless it's to hunt out looking at graph or painting graph. Same for meeting people, even sort of people that you become friends with sort of over the years. Probably wouldn't be friends with them, you might be friends with a hippie or somebody that's like part of forest firm, do you know what I mean, or whatever.
Yeah, there's definitely so many different sort of peoples in it.
But when you're on a wall, it doesn't matter.
You just paint, you're painting and that's it. I mean, don't get me wrong, you definitely want to paint the best you can and be the best you can on the wall and show off your skills like that and try and burn everybody else. But yeah, if it's no fun, then why would you even do it anyway? It's got to be fun, definitely. That's word.
Well done.